It was one of the most destructive coastal storms on record in the eastern U.S., inflicting damage resembling that of a hurricane. But the storm didn't get a male or female name like a tropical cyclone does. Instead, this March nor'easter is known simply as the Ash Wednesday storm, because 50 years ago today, the storm was at its peak and the date was Ash Wednesday. The setup began with an expansive area of high pressure that ridged from north central into southeastern Canada, producing onshore flow into the mid-Atlantic states. A surface low developed off the Carolinas and strengthened quickly, but moved slowly, blocked by the high to the north and influenced by the tug of an upper air low centered back over the Appalachians. The resulting onslaught of persistent easterly winds lasted across 5 high tides that were already higher than average because it was the time of the new moon. For more than 48 hours, the storm hammered the coast, from North Carolina to Massachusetts, with the worst pounding reserved for the Virginia to New Jersey coastlines. 40 to 70 mile per hour onshore winds generated waves 30 feet high, washing a U.S. Navy destroyer onto Long Beach Island, where 5 new ocean-to-bay inlets were opened. The storm ripped away part of the steel pier in Atlantic City and destroyed or heavily damaged tens of thousands of homes in New Jersey. Waves more than 40 feet high flattened dunes along the entire Delaware coast and destroyed the boardwalk at Rehoboth Beach and Ocean City, Maryland, where the resort town was totally overwashed by the ocean. The loss of sand was so extreme that it led to the first large-scale beach replenishment program in the United States. The storm even slowed construction on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, which had started in 1960, destroying much of the work that had been completed and a 1,600-ton piece of custom-built equipment. The storm not only permanently reshaped the coastline, it changed its history. The island of Chincoteague, Virginia, popularized in the 1947 children's book about a wild pony called Misty of Chincoteague, was flooded, and much of the wild pony herd on nearby Assateague Island, which stretches north from Chincoteague, was lost. At that time, 5,000 lots on Assateague had been sold for resort development, but the Ash Wednesday storm halted those plans, and instead, in 1965, the island became a national seashore, today a huge tourist attraction where the ponies still run free. Though the Ash Wednesday storm isn't really remembered for its snow, it produced a lot inland, more than 30 inches in the higher elevations of northern Virginia and more than 10 in much of central and western Pennsylvania, including 16 in Pittsburgh and 17 in State College, still the 10th and 12th biggest snowstorms on record, respectively, in those cities. Well, the weather situation across the mid-Atlantic today probably couldn't be any more different than it was 50 years ago. Paul Knight will let us know if this spring preview will continue in the extended forecast next.